What size were you?
A 28 double J.
Double J.
And 28.
And at what age were you when they really
started?
bloomed?
Or when they, wow, I was the first person at school to get boobs, first person at school to have my periods, first person at school to have a moustache.
Yeah. But we must be twins.
Did you?
But that's the same as me. But it's really hard, because I had very big breasts from a young age. And I think when you go up with them, it really does affect the way that you think and feel about the opposite sex and everything. Because I don't know about you, but men always used to talk directly to my breasts.
Yes,
they never looked
that.
in my face.
And I felt like I had 3 heads. You're like, hello? I'm up here. But you can talk to one
I used to be so jealous of people like you at school, because I said earlier about going in the ladies' toilets, you know, the girls' toilets when I was at school, and I didn't wear a bra, and the girls who had bras.
I was jealous of you.
Yeah, but from my point of view, I was jealous of you. But it's now I can see how awful it must have been, and the weight that your spine was carrying.
They took £9 out, just under £9. No. Wow. That was just my breasts. And so the reason I did the whole thing was because I thought about it for years and years, but I was too scared. Don't know if anybody, have you ever thought about it?
I thought about it.
Have you?
Well,
I was scary.
I was booked in to have it when I was younger, and then I chickened out the night before.
Yeah, I chickened out the first time.
Did you?
And then I thought the worse they were getting, and my posture was getting more and more like this. And it was just thought, and do you know what? I shared the hair thing, and it just came about, and I thought, do you know what? I'll share this as well, because it's surprising the amount of women on Twitter, they're going, you'll never believe my back's killing me. So
and how down did you get over it?
Well, it wasn't down. I was so used to it, but it was kind of, you know, if I went out and it was sunny, and I'd be really envious, you know, of you wearing your tops and looking all nice and summery, and I'd be wearing a huge big thing that made me look like I was pregnant. And
Do you think, because you suffered with anorexia for a period as well, do you think part of you was trying to starve down your breasts to try and make them small?
Well, I started dieting because I wanted to get rid of the breasts, because I was so conscious of them, and then it went from everywhere else, and then, you know, anorexia as a mental thing as well. So I sort of got it into my head that I just constantly wanted to diet, and then these weren't going away. And I remember ending up in hospital because I was so tiny, and the doctor said to me, he's like, God, you've got really big boobs for someone with anorexia. And that was it.
No.
So that was it. Yeah, it just got even worse. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he's going, you should just eat a sandwich. I was like, oh, this is just getting worse.
But at the time, obviously, you were the pin-up girl of the 90s, and many women were jealous of your figure because you were so little and naturally had, you know, a chest size
but
that
weren't
people
up there. They were moved up there.
Do you know what? I remember the pain of seeing your breasts up there and I just wish I had that shape, that amazing shape.
No.
Isn't it interesting? And yet you were going through all this... This, did it really affect your relationships, that point when you have to take your clothes off? Was that...
Oh, there was a lot of champagne drunk. A lot. Yeah, they were going, do you want to just, like, get your... Like, how much cava... Well, you know, we had champagne in those days because they had a bit of money. I mean, it's cava now. But, so, yeah. I was
to drink to be able to take your clothes off?
But I was, I mean, I had a small bottom and I had hair and stuff, and for some reason they wanted to take photos of me, and I was like, I'm a wee girl from Portobello in Scotland. Yeah. And they want to take photos. Crack on.
But don't you think having a body like that made it hard for you to get people to take you seriously? Because I did, you know, a TV series with you a long time ago where we were both nurses.
That's right.
I suppose it never occurred to me that you had a massive chest because you wore your nurse's uniform.
I had my scrubs that were like this.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously it must really affect you mentally.
It was just, I was very self-conscious, and also with doing those pictures, you know, it's all very different. You know, one hand you think I'm really confident, and then you get home, you just think, oh God, and then get covered up again.
And like you say, that whole airbrushing thing. Yeah. It's like my daughters always say to me, Mum, eventually people aren't going to know who you are when you walk in through a door because they see me being airbrushed and they know I look nothing like that. And then you've got to almost live up to that, haven't you? And having suffered from anxiety and all the things that you have, I imagine that made it even harder to walk into new situations. And
I was just very self-conscious, and I'm quite a nervous person anyway, and I think people did think I was very confident, and it was difficult, and it was just, I don't think people realised the shape of me. And I bumped into my old neighbour the other day, and she was looking at me, she's going, what's happened? She's like, I was like, well, I'm just feeling young. And she's like, no, something's happened. And I'm like, I do this as well when I get nervous. I flick my hair.
Such a girl thing.
I did it.
But Gail, I mean, You've been so bold and confident in public in terms of your hair loss, and you've addressed it, and you're very open about all that. And to the public, that's what people would think that you must be suffering the most from. But actually, most of your
hair
anxiety
doesn't bother me in the slightest.
didn't come from your hair loss. It came from something that people didn't pay any attention to at all.
Well, obviously, when the hair came out, it was a wee bit of a shock.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't realise you literally woke up one morning and all your hair was up. Then
Took just under 3 weeks. And the whole lot was gone, and it was long. It was very long, if you remember, really long. And it just sort of, I was filming in Vegas, looking for dead people, as you do. And my mum said to when my hair fell out, she went, "You've been messing with the dark side, and that's why your hair's falling out." And I was going, "Oh, that'll be it." Yeah,
But don't you think now people are more accepting of appearance anyway?
I think
and we've got an
so.
Olympic cyclist, and she's lost her hair, and people just think, well, you are who you are. And it's, in the last 10 years, people's attitudes have changed.
I think you've done a lot for that, to be honest.
Definitely.
Thanks. Well, I hope so. And do you know the amount of... I used to take, like, 15 minutes to go to the supermarket. And now I'm sure you ladies are all the same. Now you've got everyone going, "Just to let you know, I've got this and I've got that." So I now go for an hour and a half. I just book it out so I can have a wee chat with everyone. And and it's good to feel that you do something positive. And I'm not ashamed. You know, I have these problems and you get on with it. And I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces. And click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.